morning to everybody, and thank you for inviting us here to share with you our take on the sustainability. So first, I would like to introduce our company quickly. We are BUDJI+ROYAL. We are a total design company. Sorry. Oops. Sorry. So we are advocates of modern Filipino sensibility. We do our architecture and design, which we always think of modernity, which we believe as betterment. Modernity is not about the materials alone and not the products alone, but it's really about betterment. So it needs to be, again, Filipino. It needs to be rooted. We need to understand the sense of place, the nature of the place, the nature of the people. And at the same time, the process is very important to be truthful, to be honest from the very root. And this is something that we want to share with you because this is the content and the very core of our pavilion. No? We would like to share with you the philosophy that we carry, which is, again, we believe in the very nature of things. And I believe that in appreciating and embracing sustainability, it is about thinking. It's about the mindset, wherein it needs to start from the mind before the body executes any sustainable efforts. So with this, we believe that a philosophy is important, and this is what we're sharing. These are the contents of our pavilion, that the concept and the philosophy of being with nature and understanding nature, which is peace. I discovered this 25 years ago as my personal philosophy. And this is something that marries me and keeps me peaceful and still. I can even look at an erupting volcano and still see it as peaceful. Just don't get in the way, because that will be destructive. No. So, but the idea here is to be one with nature is important, to be able to carry over and produce all the sustainable efforts as we architects, our engineers, designers, developers are doing. There was this phrase before that is man and nature, which I totally disconnected with, because I believe that man is nature and not man and nature. Why? Because there was a dilemma in me during my previous years when I was designing projects. I need to choose between man and nature. So you tend to compromise nature because it's the self that's more important. But when I'm married to this philosophy, which is man is nature, the effort is different. To save what you believe is nature is becoming more important. And the third and the most important part of this philosophy that will encourage us to really practice sustainability is the concept and the philosophy of the variety of the world. We have to embrace this because I believe that there's a reason why we are all placed in different places in the globe. Why the French are in France, why the Filipinos are in the Philippines, why the Emiratis are in the UAE. I believe that it is for a reason that we need to identify and know our resources and hone it and refine it to be able to create a gift to the world. So this is something that right away encourages us to keep the identity, know our resources, and also propagate what we have. So these are all important philosophies that we are presenting in the cultural sustainability theme of the Philippine Pavilion. Now, when we were chosen to present this project for the Philippines, we just said we need to present the nature of the Philippines, which is, again, the people. And the people being part of this culture of what is sustainable and what is the Filipinos is all about, it's best represented by the word Bangkota, which is an ancient Tagalog word for coral reef. Wherein, if you look at the meaning and the essence of a Bangkota or a coral reef, it is the smallest, yet the biggest organism in the world. It's all over the world. No? It's like the Filipinos, we are all over the world. And here in the UAE, I believe we have 700,000 Filipinos. undeclared, I don't know. But totally, we have a 700,000. So this is what we're saying, that we have to create something that we own. And being the center of the marine biodiversity of the world, we own this nature of the Philippines. And again, we are just presenting our truthful self for the pavilion, for the expo. We are not here to compete. We are here to present ourselves truthfully. No? And in the creation of the design of the pavilion, we are bringing our Philippine architecture, not literally, but the essence of it. Because when we were living before, our ancestors used to do a very practical design. And I believe if there's really sustainability, our ancestors, not just the Filipinos, but our ancestors, humanity's ancestors, we've been practicing sustainability before. Because those thatch roofs were free, it's available, they need to lift up and respond truthfully to the place, and it became very, very practical. The same thing with the Bangkota. We are creating what is all available in Dubai. We're even using the mesh and the materials and the technology that is, again, available in Dubai. We even have to coin this to be practical luxury, because as we do projects and design in the Philippines, we believe that from humble materials and something that is very available, we can always create luxury by design. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be imported constantly. Then we can definitely declare a more sustainable effort. So we call that practical luxury. And again, for the Bangkota, we're using basic materials as concrete, the wire mesh, and the sandwich panels to house this very function that we are trying to put together as an exhibit. We have to think of its modularity and its simplicity of building. And if we can build it in 1 month to assemble, these are all prefabricated here in Dubai, and to be put together in a month or a month and a half. So the idea is to make the mesh to be, we're given a 3,000 square meter plot. We're only developing 1,300 square meter. But we cannot be dwarfed by the other pavilion, so we need to create a scale. And the mesh became also a part of the whole garden, a metaphor of the Bangkota or the reef, where people can actually walk around and go around the areas. No? And the sand path is actually a celebration of the moment of nature, wherein the shades and the shadows of the sun will be all part of the texture of the concrete or the surfaces of the pavilion itself. And also being permeable, the mesh becomes more of a passage, and the curvilinears are also to propagate more wind and air in the vicinity. So we are also creating solar tubes where we can bring in light in certain areas. And part of this inspiration of the coral or the marine life of the Philippines is a metaphor, again, of an experience wherein we are bringing all the elements of the colors of the marine life of the Philippines. And we're using the plants that are available, and also available in the Philippines and also available in Dubai. So again, these are all basic and practical in terms of using the available materials and engineering. And we are using, again, also water as part of our element. We're using modularity because it's very important for us to be able to bring this back to the Philippines because of our concept of, again, the cultural sustainability. It is important for us to make this temporary exhibit also to be brought back to the Philippines, to be a permanent exhibit, because we would like to share with everybody, again, the philosophy and the content of the theme, wherein, again, the idea is to bring back humanity to the concept of appreciating nature again. No? So this is something that we would like to emphasize in the Philippines, and part of this cultural sustainability concept on our day one, we have selected our National Day to be on the March 16, 2021, which is supposed to be the 500 years of the discovery of Magellan, of our island, of our country, the Philippines. But this is called now Day One because we would like to open up the minds of the Filipinos, wherein our history is not just limited to the 500 years of the discovery of Magellan, but we are actually been people of innovation thousands of years ago. So the idea here is to be free and to know that our real roots and our real ancient inspiration is always been nature. So that is a key, not just for the Filipinos, but I believe it is a key for humanity to understand that in the end, there is only one. The whole world is actually one. So this concept that we are proposing and we are presenting for the pavilion is all about humanity being one with nature again. So hopefully that this concept will be something that will be enjoyed by many. So for this one, I would like to share with you a short video of our pavilion. Again, a manifestation of all these philosophies. Thank you very much.